Hello T Rex fans, just wanted to come back and give the 1,000-mile update on my 2023 Campagna T Rex. This is my third T Rex. As many as you know, I had a 2018 with the 16 SP motor. No issues, very little issues if any. Leaky shock that Campagna replaced after 2,000 miles. Elka just sent a new one. But my 21, as we all know, had some pretty big issues. This one is pretty good. There's been a couple issues though between my last update and now, so I wanted to get into those. One of the bigger issues was my reverse gear oil drain plug came out during a ride, just fell out. And this was right after I initially did the service on the rear gear oil. And what I did notice is when I did the service, the screw was hand loose, the drain screw. So I said, man, I wonder if they just forgot to tighten it, because I don't think it could come loose. Well, I learned the hard way when I put the new drain screw in, when I put the same drain screw in, that it's gonna come out. And what happened was I was driving, doing about 70 miles an hour, and I started smelling gear fluid. And I didn't stop. I knew it was gear fluid, and I knew it wasn't clutch fluid. I looked down at my left foot and I could see that there was no fluid down there. So I came home right away, got out, and the plug was just gone for the reverse, the drain plug. And the sad part for me is it was right after I put the Hindle exhaust on. And what happened is the fluid got all over the Hindle pipe and just stained it. And there's just no way of getting that out. It's such a beautiful pipe. It's very sad for me. So the plug that came out is right. I'm gonna zoom in. It's right there. Hopefully you guys can see it. There it is. Okay, now I'm zoomed in. So that's the plug that comes out. You want to be really aware of that. I would be checking it. What I did is I ordered a new plug on Amazon, and it has the magnetic tip on it. And I did put some blue Loctite on there, so it's not super tight, but stays on. I've had it on probably 200 miles now, and it has not moved. So it looks good to me at this point. The other thing I wanted to talk about is my top bolt, which I had on my last one. This is an adjustment bolt for the reverse gear. I don't even know exactly what it does, but you really don't want to fiddle with this thing too much because it controls how easy and difficult it is to get into, when you're putting it into reverse. It is leaking, and my old one was leaking too on my old Rex. So I'm going to try to show you guys the leak, but it's going to be difficult to get in there. So anyways, it's just barely leaking and it's dripping down the back. So that gold nut on top, I know it's an issue for not just me. That one there, it drips and goes down the back. And then you'll see a little drip here and there. So the way to fix that, there's a couple different ways. You put some Teflon type tape on there. There's some red sealant that you can put on there that I did the last time. But you do want to take that screw out, mark where it is before you take it out. Seal it, then put it back in. And remember that I said to mark it because you want it exactly where it was if your reverse is working really well. And mine is really good. I changed it to Motul oil. Let me see if I can get yeah, there it is. You can see I got it filled right to the top here with Motul. I got it dead on. And then to add oil is up here, guys. For those who don't know, that's the bolt to put the oil, the gear oil in, 75W90 Motul. All right, so other than that, what else have I done on this thing? I've had it tuned. I've had 2 tune revisions, and each revision is making this thing faster and faster. The stock tuning, it feels fine, it feels fast, it's good, but it doesn't equate for this thing being a 3-wheeler and not being able to flip over. So all the stuff Kawasaki did to the stock ECU on the ZX14, it doesn't apply to this thing at all. So what you see is a lot of restrictions. And the initial tune that I had done at Midwest Performance right up here in Glenview, there was a ton of restriction that Kawasaki puts on the stock ECU, and every single gear is restricted. Secondary butterfly is restricted, top speed restricted, all that stuff. That's all off, and we are fine tuning this thing. The next step for me is to get it on the dyno and really tune it in because there's still some left on the table. It ran 11.9. I think now, after the tune revision, I should easily run 11.60 or 70 because I gained a second in my 60 to 130 time, and it just feels stronger everywhere after the revision. But I don't want to do another run until I get the final tune on this thing after going on the dyno. Other than that, it's been great. It's, you know, I'm almost at 1,000 miles at this point. I did the oil change, easy peasy. You could see that in my other videos. I added the Hindle exhaust. I did the custom tuning so far. I'm just chipping away at that. I also added the JBL speaker, and it just fits perfectly between the two seats and wedges. And you can get them in different colors. And with my red frame and that, I mean, it was just awesome. I don't even need to strap it down. It doesn't move. I've gone almost 130 with it there. It doesn't move an inch because it just wedges between the two seats just perfectly. So I'm very excited by that, just because it works so well. Other than that, everything is good. And I wanted to give you guys the 1,000-mile update. I will give another update as I get closer to the final tune and give you guys some final numbers.